Hi, Jasmine. The questions that you asked about, I'm just going to get you started on each of those, and then you can email me for further clarification if you can't keep going on them, but at least this is a good start. Please don't worry about handing in assignments late for Unit 4 because the U4A3 is the last assignment that you hand in. So as long as you've got that one in on time, then you're fine, okay? So, how many ways can 11 of the basketball players and the coach be arranged along the sidelines with no restrictions? So, we have 12 people, right? And so, in terms of how we can arrange them, the arrangements are just going to be 12 factorial because you have 12 in the first spot, and then 11 in the next spot, and 10 in the next spot, all the way down to the last one. And so that's all that's necessary there. Now, in the rest of number 4, they talk about, like in part B, if Coach Woodburn has to be at one end of the bench. Well, if you think about this being the one end of the bench and only Coach Woodbury can be there, then there's 11 factorial ways that the other 11 players can be arranged all the way down the line, right? And so that's how you kind of separate the special circumstances. If Travis and Pat have to stand together, then again we've got a group of 2 that are sort of, contained together. That leaves us with 10 others that have to be arranged. Now also with Travis and Pat, we can put Pat and Travis or Travis and Pat, and those would be different arrangements. And so we have 2 factorial arrangements of Travis and Pat times the 10 factorial arrangements of the other players. So that's the way that we approach these types of questions, and if you work your way through the rest of it, hopefully you can figure that out as you go along, and like I said, just email me if you run into more trouble. Let's go over to the next question. Here's question 7. And it's asking about the 4-digit numbers that can be formed using only the digits that are given here. And if no repeats are allowed, then if we're making a 4-digit number, we have 7 numbers to choose from. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4-digit number. After we've used 1, we only have 6 left. After we've used that one, we only have 5 left. And after we've used that one, we've used 3 so far, we have 4 left to choose from for the last digit. So that's how you would answer question A in that section. Now, if the number is odd and no repeats are allowed, an odd number has to end in an odd digit, right? And so out of our numbers, we have 3, 7, and 9 that are odd. There's only 3 ways that we can end that number. So there are 3 choices, but we're only going to choose one of those numbers. And in the other 3 spots, then we have 6 numbers left here, times 5 numbers left here, times 4 numbers left there to fill in the other spaces. So each of these questions is sort of like that. If repeats are allowed, then you can just go like 7 times 7 times 7, right? Because you could have the same number in each of the spots. So we could have 7 to the 4th. If repeats are not allowed, then you have 1 less number to use each time you're selecting a digit. So work your way through 7C and 7D and see what you can come up with there. And again, get back to me if you have trouble on that. And here's number 14, I think, and this is the one asking about the senators. So if we are making a transportation committee and we have to choose 15 senators from 100, that's what 100 choose 15 is, right? Now, it depends on how you look at this question because it's not really explained very well. But one way that we could look at it is that we've used 15 people and they're on a committee, so they're not available to be selected. So when we make our health committee, we only have 85 people left to choose from, and we have to choose 10 for that committee. Now, if you multiply your two answers, it should give you the total number of ways of choosing both committees, okay? The other possibility here would be that we can have people on both committees, in which case this would change to 100, choose 10. But I think that the purpose of this question, I think on the quiz and on the assignment, the idea behind this one is that they're expecting you to only put one, like if you're on one committee, you can't be on both, okay? So I hope that helps you get started on some of these questions. Please read over the lesson for this because there's a lot of examples there as well. And you can look for online videos also that explain combinations and permutations. Once you get the hang of it, I think you'll find that it's quite simple to figure out. So just do a little bit more practice, and I'm sure that you'll get there, okay?